some threads, baby. See what you get there for threads. 10 spins. That sounds pretty good. 15 more available, but 10 was the second best. Come on, got a 4 times multiplier. That was good. 5 times was the tallest, so that was the second best again. Come on, big one. Real one. Yeah, we'll find out if it's good or not. You got a wild for real one. Okay, that stays there. So, come on, fill this in. Okay, good first spin. 320. Okay, that's 536 on that one. Come on, match them up. Another line with wilds or something. Okay, I'd love to get that girl on there. Come on. You're getting nothing for 2 of a kind because you've got 4 times. You've got 5 spins left. So, oh, did you see those wilds go by? Heart attack. Come on, 4 times. Now, a little tiny bit again. You're up to 17, keep going. You got 2 more spins to get 1 big one. Come on. Big one, big one. Got it. Last one. We're up to 21, 17, 32. Alright, 22, 28. Honor 50-cent bet. There it is there. 3 fades. You got absolutely nothing on that one. You got a great bonus. You got lots of spins. What do you think?
It's okay.
Yeah, potential is there.
Yeah.
50-cent bets. I got. I'll take that.
It was mornings like these when the breeze whistled through the trees. Flower in the grass would stoop the wet. Put on my rain boots, and I'd get dressed, head down to the barn beside the chicken coop. Follow her out the front door, down the path, through the brushes, past the pond. Sister and I used to catch frogs there, until the house sold and we had to move on. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. Stay in or go outside and wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. It never ends. Then we make our way past the dog pen and through the fields to the stables where the horses lay. I'd shovel manure, clean their beds, and prepare their feed for the day. Her favorite horse was named Frosty, till Sherry gave birth to a calf named Zareen. Swear I was there to witness his birth, sharing that incredible memory. Now there's a westbound wind blow and wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. It never ends. taught me how to ride. She used to sing me lullabies. She watched me take my first steps in the kitchen when I was just a kid. Those were the early years where we were taught to have no fear, and everything seemed so clear. I'd follow her out the front door, down the path, through the brushes, past the pond. My sister and I used to catch frogs there, until the house sold and we had to move on. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. Stay in or go outside, wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. Never ends. Never ends. Never ends. Never ends. This is a song about gratitude. And I'm very grateful to be here tonight. This is a wild experience. So I'm going to send this one to my mom and my dad. They're here tonight. It's a crazy world that we live in. The tide comes and goes so fast. Right now, while I'm trying to be present, I'm still chasing shadows of my past. My father was born in the islands. My mom was born on the great turtle's back. They'd pray for me when I'd go out in the evening. At least it's one of the rumors I hear. Around Christmas time spent with our family over hot toddy sorrel and ginger beer. They did their best and they did it for freedom. They did everything they ever could for me. We went to church every single Sunday. We get dressed up and then go to Granny's place. I'd run around that house with my cousins. We'd love to race. There is an abundance of hope that lies between the oceans of time. There's nothing singular about it, yet it can clearly be defined. Yet it can be clearly defined, and I'm wide awake. I chalk it up to all my mistakes, and all the heartache that I've had to face, and all the choices that I've had to make in my life. The greatest pictures are never taken. They're all stored in your memories. Me and my mom, we used to go to good bites and talk philosophy. We'd sit there just talking for hours. I once asked her why her good memory's so heavy. She simply said, aren't you lucky? And I'm wide awake. I chalk it up to all of my mistakes, and all the heartache that I've had to face, and all the choices that I've had to make in my life. I'd like to ask you for just a little favor. If you would, and help. Will you sing along with me? Will you sing along with me? Okay. It's really easy. It just goes like this. Follow me, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. You got it. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. In the back now. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Aren't we lucky? Aren't we lucky? There is an abundance of hope that lies between the oceans of time. There's nothing singular about it, yet it can clearly be defined. Yet it can't be clearly defined, and I'm wide awake. I chalk it up to all of my mistakes, and all the heartache that I've had to face, and all the choices that I've had to make in my life. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is a song about the struggle within. You know, I'm guilty of being my own worst enemy. I know everybody is. This is called Weighing Down. Brick and mortar, and solid as the ground. But you're carrying too much and slowly breaking down. Cannon fodder and looking to escape the heaviness of all of your mistakes. Weighing down, don't let it weigh you down. You've been so hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. Weighing down, don't let it weigh you down. You've been so hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. Wish you weren't, but you're falling down again. It's been a hard road, full of lessons. Feeling hungry and trapped in solitude. The way that we choose to look at things is an attitude. Looking at the skyline tonight, well, I choose gratitude. Weighing down, don't let it weigh you down. You've been so hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. Weighing down, don't let it weigh you down. So hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. You've been so hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. for you like you waited for me too. We didn't get it right, but wanted to. Weighing down, don't let it weigh you down. You've been so hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. Weighing down, don't let it weigh you down. You've been so hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. You've been so hard on yourself that it's time to let things soften now. So much. I wrote all these songs, you know. Maybe you didn't. Writing songs has been my saving grace. Somebody asked me the other day why I do it. And every day I have a different. As long as we can, we only stay as long as we can, then come back again. Thunder lightning inside of the past. It's time to celebrate at last. Sundays always seem to last forever, mending any happening change in the weather. We only stay as long as we can, but like the mountains return to sand, we come back again. We come back again. Sunset was setting sooner than before. Was carving wood sticks outside by the front door, surrounded by the forest and the trees, the simple facts of life at ease. We only stay as long as we can, but like the mountains return to sand, we come back again. 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 Snowflakes are gently falling on the ground. Sunset is silently making sounds. Give your family lots and lots of love. That's what you do. You give them more than you need to, because we only stay as long as we can. Like the mountains return to sand, we come back again. We come back again. We come back again. We come back again. Come back again. again. We come back again. And on this pathway as we get closer, I'll be there as we grow older. From beginning to end, we make and lose friends. There's so many pearls to get. From the first thing we see to the last thing we need, it's the life in between that matters. All the warmth that you bring, darling, these things are the wings that we all chase after. And on this pathway as we get closer, I'll be there as we grow older. And when you need me, here's my shoulder. And on this pathway as we get closer, be gentle, be kind, be grateful, take time, and remember we're in this together. So let's just be who we are and follow our hearts and dream that love is forever. And on this pathway as we get closer, I'll be there as we grow older. And when on this pathway as we get closer and closer, as we get closer, as we get closer. Don't you know life? It's the strangest thing. So many edges and so many changes. And on this pathway as we get closer, I'll be there as we grow older. And when you need me, here's my shoulder. And on this pathway as we get closer and closer, here's my shoulder. As we get closer, here's my shoulder. Here's my shoulder. You guys are too kind. Thank you so much.
Too kind. Oh, that's somewhere. Similar, better.
There was somebody on the interweb that was hoping I would play this song, so I'm going to do it tonight. It was a request on Instagram or something.
I don't know.
This is a song about my own intersectionality as a person. I'm a mixed kid, and it was weird growing up. Sometimes I didn't know where I fit in, and sometimes I still don't. But what I've realized is that I fit in here. And there's nothing that can take away all the sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears, and more than that, that the people that have the same bloodline that I do had to go through in order for me to be able to stand in front of you. The stories in this song are true. All my songs, for the most part, are true. Maybe I'll play one that isn't after this or something like that. The stories in this one are true. The old man sitting in the chair is my grandfather.
Okay,
And the lady sitting at her desk is also family, a very close personal family friend of ours. I don't name any names because I promised I wouldn't. This is called Stolen Lands. It's raining, I'm staring outside my window. There's a creak in my bones. I feel lost and alone. Deep within our mother's womb, lie the bodies of children in unmarked hidden tombs. Purpose, reason, that's what they say that you'll get when you have kids. And I did. Bruises, fresh open wounds, reveal stories that were told to me in ruin. I knew an old man would sit in his armchair. Sometimes at night I'd catch him crying, sitting there. He cried because when he was a kid, he spoke his own language, and then lost voice and part with his own lineage. This land is your land. This land is my land. This land was made for you and me. A poor choice of words by Woody Guthrie. This land was stolen, and now everyone sees. One family had their land stolen. The other was stolen from their land. And here I stand. It's dark out, the storm's raging, static noise transmission on the radio. There's an aching in my bones. I feel lost, far from home. Purpose and reason, that's what they say that you'll get when you have kids. And I did. I'm not sad, I'm devastated. Underneath all this pain, heart beats a cold rain. I know a black woman who sits at her desk chair, Sometimes she sits there crying because fear became her worst nightmare. She cries because her only son was killed by a shotgun. Another senseless tragedy triggered by police brutality. This land is your land. This land is my land. This land was made for you and me. A poor choice of words by Woody Guthrie. This land was stolen and built on slavery. One family had their land stolen. The other was stolen from their land. And here I stand. Can you say that? Ganasoha. All right. Now you all speak a little Kanagahaga, Moha. This is a song about all my relations. It's about perseverance, strength, growth, pride. Most important, it's about love. I've always said I've only ever written one song, and it's always been a love song. So thank you for listening. I hope you do get to sing along. And here you are, you're in full flower. You're flexible in all your power. You got all the sunlight and the air that you need. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Now there you stand hour after hour, strong as an oak, tall as a tower. The storm keeps raging, but you never pay no heed. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Somehow, everything eventually dreams someday. Somehow, everyone eventually dreams someday. I see you shining strong and clear. No one can stop a good idea, nobody like you. There's nobody like you. I was a flower, I was an oak. I was provoked, and when I awoke, I started grazing for all the things that I need. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Somehow, everything eventually dreams someday. Somehow, everyone eventually dreams someday. They knocked you down, erased your name. You stood your ground and wouldn't change. You found your place, now standing alongside the trees. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Can you sing that with me? They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Just a little louder. They tried to bury us, They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Just you guys. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. That's cool. One more time. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Yeah. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Thank you for all singing along. Give yourselves a hand. It is so important for us all to sing together. And I'll tell you why. You remember how this instrument saved my life?
Yep.
Well, we can all save each other's lives too. And the way that we can do that is by being one. And singing together is one of the things that brings us closest to that oneness. Here's the other thing about singing. The human race is one of the only species on this planet that has cognitive choice. And here's what's so cool about singing with one another. Each and every one of us, in our sameness, is also very different. We're all unique. And we all have choice. You can choose to sing the same note that I'm singing, or the same note that your neighbor is singing. And the word that they use to describe that is unison. Unity. What a beautiful concept, and I fully support that idea. Do you? But here's the catch. We all have choice, and you do not have to sing the same note that I am singing. You don't have to sing the same note that your neighbor is singing. You can sing an entirely different note. And the word that they use to describe that is harmony. So no matter what you're doing when you're singing with someone, not only are you exercising your choice, not only are you using your voice, but you are doing something that is so basic and so beautiful. You are becoming one in your differences and your sameness. I think if we could all do that a little bit more, then we'd grow exponentially. So thank you for singing with me and lending me your power. I will lend you mine, and we'll do it one more time. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. You are a star and you are hope. Smoke signals from the air evoke that from the darkest depths that our hearts can be freed. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds. Somehow, everything eventually dreams someday. Somehow, everyone eventually dreams someday. Felt some kind of lightning bolt hit me in the foundation. If I look a bit dazzled, like I stumbled out Zero to 11. Only took a second. 0 to 11. Only took a second. 0 to 11. Thank you for hanging with me. I'm Julian Taylor, and I will be out in the lobby where the merch is. Come on and say hi. I left T.O. quite some time ago, sometime this spring, with just a knapsack and a 6 string. I'd made this deal, I was barely 17, armed with delusions of a dream, singing la da 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 da. La da 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 da. Hitchhiked for days all along the Northwest, with no knowledge in my chest of ways and means and schemes. By the time I reached Seattle, I arrived by train. It was called the Empire Builder. I don't know how it got its name, and barely old enough to drink, but I always found a way. Often stumbling out onto the streets with the moon shining on my back, singing la da 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 again. La da 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 da. In a few more years, I would try again. This time with my friends who shared much the same sense of wonder or desire for fame. As the white lines hurtled past the asphalt, how quickly that would change. We hit it out on the 401, feeling no pain, until one day, somehow, it would all just turn to shame. So much was in us at the time that it helped me to close my mind and try not to think at all as we braced for the fall, singing la da 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 da. Thanks, everyone. What a pleasure. You guys are beautiful. Thank you. Enjoy Bruce.